I got a question. I know everyone begins somewhere with voice acting, but if you have, if you want to get into the field, what would be a good place to start to show what your talent is?
Well, the best thing to do is to get training, and that would be to start taking voiceover workshops, commercial voiceover workshop, because that's the lion's share of the work, and animation voiceover workshops. So that you have the chops for animation, video game voice acting, and dubbing for anime is a specific thing that we both do, and I don't know if there are workshops for it or not. It's something I just learned going along.
And you take to it well because you're a musician, you're musical, and most anime actors are either musically inclined, dancers, have some sense of body awareness and rhythm and timing. So playing an instrument is really helpful, and singing. Many of the actors sing. And there are some workshops. I'm actually going to start teaching a few ADR dubbing for anime workshops, but honestly, it's a rough time to get into this business. We've really been downsized. Things are much, much slower, and you see Cartoon Network isn't even making much available anymore, and they were our main outlet for our broadcast. But I always feel like there really isn't a way to just be a voice actor. Some people can do it. I can think of 3 people out of 100 that I work with on a regular basis that only are voice actors. You really have to be prepared for the life of being an actor, facing rejection, facing an insecure future with no way of knowing when your jobs are going to be available or not. It's the other thing I always say is, find a second passion that will support you as an actor. Find something that will be your day job so you can afford to try your hand at being an actor, because it's expensive to be an actor. You have to spend a lot to get a good demo, you need good photos, you need transportation, you need to be solvent, you need to be able to be available, to just jump into a last-minute job and not have it conflict with a day job. But really, it's hard to be just a voice actor, and I know anime has inspired so many of you to want to jump in the ring. But really, it's the life of an actor. It's studying, it's performing, build a resume, get on stage, try, I often say, work with some kind of recording equipment and, turn the volume off of a picture and try to voice it yourself. Build a whole collection of characters that you can do.
Take off your clothes.
Sleep with someone. No.
It just got real.
I'm sorry, I slipped into Feifei for a minute.
Wow. Oops. It's going all out.
Be a warlock, like me. Dang it. Never mind.
Tiger's blood, Madonna's DNA.
And improv. Take improv classes, Learning how to perform on the spot is critical. We often rewrite our dialogue as we go because we know our characters best, once you've been with that character for a long period of time. And you'll throw out ad-libs, and often the studio will say, yeah, go with that, that's great. It's a rough business, I gotta tell you. All right, we're getting down to our last chunk of time here, so we'll do some power quick answers.
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes. In the front row.
I was just saying, we know that you all play Axel in Kingdom Hearts 2, but was there anyone else in that game that you read for before you got that part?
Other characters, you mean? Good question. I don't remember, honestly. I do not remember.
You probably did.
I probably did. But Axel's the one I got, and it's fit like a glove. So, been very happy and honored to be able to play that role.
Let's give you a quick overview of what happens when we audition. Usually when we come in, there's either a presentation, a table with all the different characters and what we call sides, pieces of copy from the script, a little bit of character descriptions like Quinton was explaining. Sometimes they'll say, you'll see 10 characters that you're right for in your mind that you think you can read for, but sometimes the studio will say, no, we only want you to read this one. And then you're like, well, what about this one and this one? I want to read, and then sometimes they're like, there's no time, no. And other times you'll say, can I read for someone else? And they'll be like, oh, we didn't think of you for that, and that's the one you'll book. So it's hard to know. But again, you're hearing our amnesia, which is selective memory, saying disregard the rejection and the stuff that you didn't get and hold on to the pertinent memory, you know? So we learn emotionally, and nobody teaches us this, right? I mean, have you ever really, do you ever get in a class, like people tell you, get ready for how to brace yourself for lots of rejection?
No, I wish they had, though.
Yeah, right?
I really wish they had.
You lose way more than you get. It's just a numbers game. It's unfortunate.
It really is, yeah. Yeah, especially when you see a show or a movie or whatever, cartoon. You're like, oh, I so wanted that. And then, or if it's somebody you know who got it, who's a friend, you know, sometimes you'll be happy for them. Other times you'll be like, oh, no, hey, good for you. Way to go. Champ. Yeah. Oh, way in the back with the white wig.
Favorite people to work with, right? You said working with Johnny. What was the rest?
Wait, did you say again?
Real loud.
Do you have any favorite people to work with?
Yeah.
Assuming that you Wendee work with Johnny and Bosch, like, fun.
Johnny and I have been working together since the first day he was on set, when he was 18 years old and came out from Texas to be a Power Ranger. And we've been working together ever since. It's amazing. So I just had an intensive Johnny Young Bosch year early last year. We were working on Bleach. We did Bludgeoning Angel Dokuro-chan. I beat the crap out of him on a regular basis as Dokuro. And we were also doing Anime Expo together and something else. So we had like a real period of working very, very tightly together in 1 year, but we've been working together forever. But yeah, we have lots of favorites. Michelle Ruff, Kirk Thornton, Michael McConaughey, God, so many. Barbara Goodson, Steve and Derek Prince, Megan Hollingshead. Who are some of your favorites? Some of your buddies?
Well, let's see. There's Kevin Michael Richardson, Jess Harnell. There's Nolan North. There is, oh gosh, Lori Allen. There is, why am I blanking on him right now? Oh, okay.
No.
Well, I will say...
That's a wrap up.
I'd like to thank him.
Oh, yeah, thank all these people.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, one of my favorite people to work with, actually, is an actor named Robbie Rist.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. He's a multi-talented actor, musician, producer, and he's just a genius. And we have a comedic musical duo back in Los Angeles called the Snosberries. You can find some clips of us on YouTube doing bizarre, well not bizarre, but fun interpretations of songs like The Knack's Good Girls Don't, and other things like that. But he was famous for being a child star. And he was little cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch many, many moons ago. But he's done lots of animation and anime and commercials over the years. So he's one of the many people we love to work together with.
Honestly, when we're all together, we drive people crazy. We are so loud and laughing, and a whole room of actors is very intense to witness. So we're usually just passing each other in the halls if it's a booking, but if it's auditions, it tends to be a great reunion when you go to big casting calls where everybody's there. Sometimes you've got the copy, you're supposed to be preparing your audition, and you just hey, the copy goes down, how are you, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, all right, Wendee, we're ready for you. I'm like, I haven't looked at the character yet. They're like, get in there.
Yep.
So then it's really cold reading.
Yeah. Anyway, right there. Yes, you.
Oh, okay. My question is basically hidden gems. Is there shows that you worked on that you thought were good that don't really get kind of forgotten about, or maybe ought to get more attention that you can think of?
There are. I mean, I know we all have them.
Think of one or two. Is that a hard question?
I mean, I certainly mentioned it already, but I thought Megas really could have had a 4 or 5 year life. You know, we could have gotten a couple more seasons. I think it would have really developed into a lot more. Thinking there's been a lot of, Outlaw Star. That breaks my heart. I don't know why we didn't get the next season on that. Thank you. That's probably my biggest. I wish that we got more work with that one.
I think for me there were two. One was Marcus Damon I played in Digimon Data Squad.
Yes.
So I thought that ended way too quickly. The other was a series I did many years ago called The Fantastic Four, in which I played Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. Flame on! And he did. And the show flamed out. You know, after too short a lifespan there, and it was great fun. And Marvel was really big on it, and Stan Lee came out, who was the creator of, you know, all of Marvel. And we had a big, you know, press junket, and they gave us Marvel swag and a Fantastic Four tie, and I asked Stan if he would, you know, sign my script, and he wrote, "To the titanically talented Quinton Flynn, from Stan the Man." Oh, that was so cool. Yeah. And the guy is still rocking around today, you know. You see him in the cameo in the Spider-Man movies, whatnot. Very, yeah. How about you? Yeah.